Before the first gods dared claim crowns, before massive thrones rose carved from unyielding stone, before desperate hands scratched names into clay to cheat oblivion, death already haunted the sun-scorched world, not as punishment handed down by angry deities, not a stern judgment from on high, but as a vast, bewildering void that left the living staring into nothing. The primordial earth offered no map for the departed. Bodies dissolved into blistering sand under relentless Ra. Spirits wandered aimless and wailing like wind through empty tombs. Names eroded into utter silence, and no clear path ever shimmered into view, only brutal endings that devoured every trace and returned precisely zero. Dying itself held no true terror. The real horror lay in the crossing, the impossible leap from what had been finished to whatever shadowy realm might or might not wait beyond. And something, someone, had to forge that bridge across the abyss. Anubis never arrived, cloaked in thunder or draped in festival gold. In the deepest, most ancient whispers, he slipped into being in utter secrecy, born of a forbidden union between Osiris, god of surging green life, resurrection, and fertile renewal, and Nephthys goddess, wrapped in midnight shadows, mourning, veils, and hidden sorrow. Terrified, the Seth's jealous fury would ignite if the truth surfaced. Nephthys concealed the fragile newborn, then abandoned him to the merciless desert wastes, 2 nights that bit with icy fangs, to an endless hush where even the stars seemed to hold their breath, leaving the infant exposed at the frayed rim of existence where only ravenous scavengers circled. Yet the child did not perish. Death had already fixed its unblinking gaze upon him, claiming him as kin before any cradle could dot Jackals-sleek. Black-furred shadows with glowing eyes prowled Egypt's oldest burial grounds, stepping fearlessly across sands where the living dared not linger after dusk, reading the dead through razor-sharp scent, through the final, shallow rasp of breath, through the profound stillness that settled like dust. To frighten mortals, those tearing jaws spelled desecration and horror, but to the gods they signified sacred closeness, an intimate communion with what remained. Anubis grew tall amid those silent graves and moonlit dunes, learning that death was never an adversary to conquer, but a solemn state that demanded profound reverence. Understanding that the very fears that paralyzed human hearts often concealed the universe's most piercing revelations. Then came the cataclysm of betrayal. Set, devoured by raging envy, slaughtered his brother Osiris in cold treachery, hacked the divine body into 14 bloody fragments, and flung them across the black, fertile earth. Existence itself cracked open not merely because death had struck, but because it had struck wrongly, violently, without ritual or mercy, and cosmic balance hemorrhaged away into chaos. While the rest of the pantheon keened and tore at their hair in helpless grief, Anubis acted. He tracked every scattered piece through red marshes and scorching deserts, gathered them with steady, reverent hands, washed away corruption with Nile waters scented by lotus and myrrh, fitted bone precisely to bone and swathed the reassembled form in layer upon layer of finest white linen. He intoned the very first sacred words, not as flashy incantations meant to dazzle, but as calm, meticulous instructions passed from one guardian to the next. This act was never simple preservation of rotting flesh, it was deliberate preparation for an eternal journey, transforming the discarded husk into a consecrated doorway. And in that transformative instant, Anubis was reborn, the original embalmer whose black hands first perfected mummification, the architect who designed safe passage through the veil, the god who finally taught death how to serve rather than destroy. From that pivotal heartbeat onward, Anubis walked. The vast, twilight expanse of the Duat, DOA, the labyrinthian underworld realm of caverns, rivers of fire, and gates guarded by serpents and knife-wielding deities. He claimed no throne amid its gloom, brandished no whip of punishment, he simply guided. A steady black silhouette leading trembling souls along twisting corridors, untouched by hours or years, through portals that groaned open only once in all. Eternity, across oceans of silence that posed no riddles and expected none. Anubis never hurried the dead. The journey itself carried the true weight, every careful step a final accounting. Then arrived the hour of ultimate reckoning. Deep within the soaring hall of Mah-aht, a golden scale stood waiting, ancient and impartial, one pan cradling the still-beating heart raw with every joy. Every lie, every secret wound inflicted or endured, the other holding only the single ostrich feather of truth, light as breath, heavy as destiny. Anubis positioned himself beside the balance, never issuing verdicts, never accusing or pleading. He merely steadied the scales while the heart confessed in its own thundering rhythm if it proved light, true, harmoniously aligned with Mah-aht's cosmic order. The soul advanced joyfully into eternity. If it sagged heavy, warped by deceit, greed, or cruelty, the monstrous P.I.T.A devourer, part lion, part crocodile, part hippopotamus, lunged forward and swallowed it in one awful, silent gulp. No blazing infernos, no chorus of eternal screams, only complete, merciful erasure, because weight cannot deceive. Those found justified crossed into the luminous field of reed Sekatarawa, perfected mirror of earthly life without pain, sickness, or toil, where barley grew tall without effort, waters ran cool and clear forever, loved ones reunited under an eternal dawn, and every harvest overflowed in endless spring. The unjust did not face torture or flames. They simply vanished, extinguished like a lamp-run dry knot out of sadistic cruelty, but out of pure, unerring accuracy. Millennia flowed past like the Nile in flood. Glittering thrones rose for other gods. Osiris ascended to sovereignty over the realm of the dead. Yet Anubis remained rooted at the liminal edge where he had always stood, the eternal threshold guardian, watcher over sealed tombs whose doors bore his jackal seal, protector of every name, time, and the living tried to erase. He rewrites no divine law, tips no sacred scale in anyone's favor, precisely because he never bends, every departing. Soul places absolute trust in his shadow. Anubis does not pursue you through the night. He waits, patient as the desert itself. He stands exactly where raw panic finally crumbles and razor-sharp clarity takes its place. And when the last frantic echoes of life fade into stillness, only one quiet question lingers in the air. Were you in balance? The scale waits, golden and inexorable, and it possesses forever.